What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Ex-NFL wide receiver Brandon Marshall, it says he's going to become a professional boxer. He says he's looking to have his boxing debut in May, and he's telling Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, and Anthony Joshua to be on the lookout for him because he's coming. He says what he's been through in his life and the way he was brought up, that he's built for this. He's ready to go, man. He's gonna, like I say, have his first fight in May. I don't know who's gonna be his trainer, but I think with him starting off at such a late age, I think he's probably in his mid-30s right now. So they're gonna have to bring him along a little quicker than a regular younger prospect. So maybe his first couple of fights, you put him in there with some guys that can make him look good and make him get a knockout. Some guys that's pretty much cab drivers, ditch diggers, those type of fighters, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, those type of opponents. And make him look good, maybe the first 2 or 3 fights, and then you're going to have to probably give him some kind of step-up fight probably after maybe in his 5th fight, man, because you got to kind of bring this guy along a little faster than normal because he's starting at a late age. But we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully, we'll see, man. A lot of people probably looking at this as a joke or some kind of scam or whatever, just something to keep his name relevant because he's a retired former NFL player. But I think he's been doing some commentary on Inside the NFL on Showtime, so he's got some stuff that he could do outside of football. So it ain't like he, people might be thinking, oh, man, he needs some money. He must be broke or something to take care of his money out the NFL. Why in the hell would he be trying to become a boxer this late in age? Ain't he tired of getting hit upside the head or getting hit enough in the NFL? You're taking a lot of hits, helmet-to-helmet type of hits. But he wants to take that challenge, man. So we'll see what happens, man. Yeah, I remember some former NFL players that took up boxing. Remember Ed Too Tall Jones? He went into boxing. He didn't embarrass himself. He won some fights, and when he finally got to a certain level, he lost. But he didn't, get out there and embarrass himself too bad. He had a lot of guys that in the past have played professional football and went to boxing and haven't embarrassed himself. And Ed Too Tall Jones is one of them. I'm trying to think of another guy that maybe went into boxing. I think probably Ed Too Tall Jones is probably the most famous one. And but he, Ed Too Tall Jones around 6'9", so he had that advantage of being a real tall guy, big guy. So even when he did get beat, I don't think he got knocked out. He just got I think he got outpointed. I don't think he got knocked out, embarrassed, and put to sleep. So Brandon Marshall is around 6'2", 6'3". I think he's around 6'2", 6'3", so he's not as tall, as big as Ed Too Tall Jones. So we'll see what happens, man. But that's kind of came out of left field, man. Brandon Marshall is gonna try his hand at boxing, and he has told the top heavyweights in boxing to be on the lookout for him because he's coming. And it's just a matter of time before he gets his hands on them and puts his name in boxing lore as one of the great heavyweights of all time. LMAO, as you would say when you're texting somebody. We'll see what happens. I don't want to just laugh and just downgrade the brother, man. But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard hill to climb, man. Just being real about it. It's gonna be a hard hill to climb. I don't see him being too successful. I think they can put him in a few fights to, get some, like I said, some tomato cans. He probably can beat those guys, because you would think he has at least got the athleticism to compete at boxing, and if he can pretty much, develop a jab, develop a right hand, and develop a hook, he might be able to get through his, first 3 or 4 fights when he ain't really fighting nobody. But when he gets his step-up fight, that's what we're going to find out if he's for real. And when he gets hit on that jaw, will he fold up like a 10, or will he have that fire in the belly, as they say, and continue to fight on and overcome that, man? Because everybody, it sounds good. You look at boxing. Boxing is on the rise right now. It's enjoying a renaissance right now. So a lot of athletes, be at these boxing fights, like the last fight, Spence and Porter. You had a lot of athletes that were there at that fight at Staples Center in L.A. So boxing is getting a lot of good publicity, and it's definitely on the its arrow is definitely pointing up. So a lot of fighters, are seeing this, and they maybe think they can get in on that and enhance their status and do something that very few fighters, very few athletes have done, dominated in two sports or played at a high level in two sports, a.k.a. Deion Sanders in baseball and football, Bo Jackson in baseball and football, and people of those situations. Brandon Marshall maybe thinking he could try to do that with football and boxing. Be a great performer, a great athlete in NFL, and become an elite level boxer. We'll see what happens. It's all about dreaming, man. If you believe your dreams can come true, don't worry about all the dollars out there. It's gonna be a lot of dollars, and I'm probably one of them. I don't think it's gonna end well for him, but he's the one that's got to believe it, man, and he's the one that can prove his daughters wrong, and we'll see what transpires. But his first fight will take place in May for Brandon Marshall, as he has his first fight in the heavyweight division, as he attempts to become 1-0. His opponent will be announced in the coming weeks and coming months, and we'll see what happens. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I'll holla.